you may change that one. And another point you have talked about, they are always at school. So, do you mean that when they are at school, they don't have holidays, weekends, and even they have lunch? You can go home at lunch and you plant 10 trees. So, that kind of logic that the young generation cannot take a lead in addressing the climate change should be changed. And you have also talked about the negative thoughts in the young generation. How are they seeking negative when they are most affected when the climate changes? Take a good example of a frog and a tadpole. When a frog produces a tadpole, when they are in water, if water lacks, what will between a frog and a tadpole, which one will die first? So they are the one responsible. So I conclude by saying that the negative side should change their minds and remove that kind of thought that the young generation should not take a lead in addressing climate.
Thank you, the table of judges, the negative, the affirmative. My name is Nabasabone and from St. Helens. I'm here to refute the point said by the affirmative side on the topic, which says the young generation should not take the lead in addressing climate change. First of all, while they were debating, I have heard one of you saying the young people are educated. For me, surely, I totally disagree. Because if they go to school and start studying, they will study to conserve the environment, they will study everything about the environment, but put them in action. Because they say, easier said than done. Now that child will become like a doctor and engineer. You will find that child to plant trees, to plant crops which help in the environment. Another thing you have said that the young people are energetic. I totally refute with that. If you're like a young child, when tells like people, go and plant trees, people will say, no, what is this child telling us? They just leave. Another point, you have said that the young they are fresh. What does it mean? If to be fresh, what does it mean? Though I am old, I can grow while I can be knowing what takes place because I've grown up in that real life that you have fresh brains, you have new curriculum, not allowed. You have new curriculum, so you think that you are fresh and have started it. You make sure that climate is protected because you're going to live there your children. How will they survive? Thank you, the table of judges.
Thank you, the table of judges. I am here once again to give a credit to my side on the discussions we have had in this debate. First of all, I would like to inform the proposition side that the points you have given cannot outweigh ours. First of all, take an example. You say that they are energetic. Yes, indeed, they are energetic. But they are so ignorant. How can you force a person who is ignorant to go and do something does not want, does not mean? So meaning that point we have not agreed with it. So if we also are to base on the confidence, my co-speakers were more confident than of the proposition side. Okay, you are not confident on what you are meaning. And also, The second speaker was not clear about the explanation. The same applies to the third speaker. So that's why I declare my side the win of this debate. Thank you, the table of judges.
Thank you, team Getters, for participating with us. But we, as the affirmative side, we believe that we have won the debate because the first speaker has failed to explain about lack of experience. Here I mean. Now, how can a person who studied in 19th century be experienced more than me who is studying in 20th century? So that's why I declare our side that we have won the motion.
Thank you, and I want to thank both teams for putting up a good fight. You can shake hands because obviously it was a debate. So shake hands, and I wish you all the best. If you make it to the finals, if you don't make it, still all the same, you've done your best. Thank you so much.
Let's clap for our judges and debaters. If you are jealous with your hand claps, Yeah, we are going to give our judges a few minutes to deliberate, a maximum of 5. And others coming in, it means that we are going to have other results still on board from the other side. So from morning, we've had a number of sessions, we've had a number of interactions, we've had a number of motions, and from 20 teams, now we are yet to know who will be or which of 20. We need how many? And of course, not all of us could make it to the final. Maybe if we were 20 teams on the final, all of us would debate a final. But even when we debate a final, we need one winner, right? We need one sole winner. So out of the teams that are going to debate the final, we shall wait and see who will win today's debate. So I want to listen from us. How have you seen the debate? What have you learned? What new thing have you seen? Maybe how many, which people have you met?
Tugume Kaylin has made my day by the English that she speaks.
Where is Tugume Kaylin? That name alone, eh? Tugume Kaylin, that's the English, yeah? Kaylin, please introduce yourself. We listen to the English. You also get inspired.
My name is Tugume Melissa Kaylin. I'm in primary 7.
Please clap for her. You've inspired someone today because of your English. Any other comments? Please come forward. Clap for him.
I have just admired the way John Paul was very argumentative.
Who is John Paul? John Paul, stand up. Clap for John Paul. Okay. Any other comment from the visiting schools as well?
Thank you. Me, it's all about...
But he feels that he has added something to himself, right? And now we are yet to come to the time, the moment of truth. is the time for the truth. Are we listening? We are waiting to hear who has qualified for the final. We had 2 debating rooms. One was this and the other one was room number 5. In room number 1, we had Team Chigali versus Team Libya. Am I right? Judges in this room have agreed to themselves that the team that proceeds to the final together and clap for team. Together and clap for team. Team Libya, step forward. Please clap for them. And now in the other debate room where we had Team Kampala versus Team Mombasa. Kampala versus Team Mombasa. Judges have agreed to themselves that the team that proceeds to the final. Where is it that there is a lot of silence now? Eh? Team Kampala, step forward. And now, this is what you're going to do. Team Kampala, step forward. Now, the entire congregation, is it congregation or audience? The entire audience that is going to stay behind, out of noise. But I am trusting my judges that what they did today, indeed we are yet to see a very, very interesting final. And so, Judge Marvin is in affirmative, he is in negative. Team Libya is in opposition. Let's now understand which schools are at the final. St. Aloysius is in proposition and St. Helens is in opposition. Let them take their seats and our judges are ready and we shall begin right away. For the final is, and it is 3:54, at exactly 4 we shall begin our debates.
Hi. So yeah, these are the judges that have been able to make it to the final panel, and I'm going to introduce them as they take up their seats, right? We are starting with Ezekiel. Congratulations. Ezekiel is a lawyer, and he has judged most of the tournaments around town, including Bishop's Cup and UNSA. Congratulations, Ezekiel. You can go and take up your seat around here. We have Ofono. Ofono is a software engineer. He's currently pursuing his bachelor's degree. Most of the tournaments, Bishop's Cup, a lot of tournaments have really judged with Ofono. But the most important factor is that he has also been a debater, and today we felt that he should be a judge that makes it to the final panel, because I don't think we have any complaint on him. So Ofono is that one person that you can trust. Then the third judge is Maureen. Congratulations, Maureen. Maureen is Miss Campus, Bishop Stewart University, and she has also judged tournaments like Bishop's Cup and tournaments like UNSA. So we are so happy to have you here. We have Marvin. Marvin is the president. What's African Kwetu. African Kwetu is an organization that has judged various tournaments, including UNSA, Writing Award, Bishops, etc. Marvin has judged almost every tournament around. We have Angela. Oh, Marvin is also a law student. Angela is also a law student. Yeah, she has judged. She was the best judge. Let's Speak Africa. She has judged tournaments like Ignite, tournaments like Bishops, tournaments like UNSA, and she has been the CA of UNSA in most of the Western districts. So we are so happy to have you, Angela. How many are we? 4, 5. So yeah, the last two, I'm just going to introduce them. We have Sigile Adonia. Adonia is the former guild president of Bishop State University and the former finance minister. So when it comes to money, he's the very rich person we have here. It's my debate teammate at campus. Before he got done, he's currently a lawyer and he finished from Bishop Stewart University and he has judged most of the tournaments, UNSA, Writing Award, which other tournaments? I'm forgetting them. Bishops is among the people that came up with the idea of us having Bishops Cups. So he's a great man and we are so happy to have him here. And he has also won various tournaments, by the way. He has also won various tournaments and has represented Team Uganda in various countries, including Rwanda and Kenya, and of course the ballots. Yeah. The last judge is myself, Ian Agaba. I'll be the chair for this particular panel, and yeah, I'm a law student, 4th year law student, currently in my final year. I'm a judge under Debate Institute Africa, that is Debate Cranes. Debate Cranes simply looks for the best debaters in the country and chooses the best 3 to go and represent Uganda at Worlds. We recently represented Uganda at Worlds in tournaments like Writing Award, we have been the CA, tournaments like Bishops, well, I was the CA, a lot of tournaments around, and I've also, that said, we are going to have our final round of quiz, then we can have our final round of debate. Thank you so much. Those that made it to the final round of quiz, where are you? Kakuru Arthur Asimwe is going to take you through. So Kakuru Arthur Asimwe is a student of education, studying to be a teacher. So his question is a law student, and I hope there is that aspect of the law and arts. Yeah, Ivan is a catechist, huh? And a debater, yeah? So questions that have religion, know that Ivan has been inclusive in in coming up with those questions. But I hope the best quiz person is going to win this particular tournament. With that said, I hand over the microphone as we are waiting for them. Kakulu.
Good evening, everyone. In the deliberation room, we agreed that we have 8 speakers from Team Uganda, Team Tanzania. Yes, the last teams that went for finals will come for a fair justice. Come very fast. Yes, make sure all the 8 speakers come that went for finals. That is Team Uganda and Team Uganda and Team Burundi. Yes, Burundi and Malawi. And by luck, they're all from different schools. You sit with your teammates, each team alone. Yes. Your team did. Who's the other team? One last person for quiz is missing. A teammate of this boy that has the same uniform. Faster, please call him. He's called who? Is your schoolmate. Binta Robert, wherever you are, run fast, whether we disqualify you. Yes, after this round, we are going to add, when each of you is giving an answer, we are adding who says an answer. So we look for speakers, basically. That is why we cannot give a trophy, because, for example, this team, which team will take a trophy? We have this uniform, we have this uniform, we have this uniform. So we shall consider speakers. Binta, it's called Binta who? Binta Robert, make sure wherever you are, come very fast. We are about to start. Yes. Binta Robert, you are the one delaying us. From which school? St. Chizito. Walk as if you want. I'm looking at you. Binta Robert, come fast. Yes, Binta Robert is our last participant in this room. We can clap for him. Yes. Our protocol demands the big people last. He had gone for prep, but the justice of the questions will prove him. Council Duffy.
Rishi Sunak. The next question. Who wrote the novel Pride and Prejudice? Jane Austen. Name, what is the largest ocean in the world? The largest ocean in the world. Yeah, the largest. What is the largest ocean in the world? Correct.
Team Burundi, what is the animal label of the cars Porsche? What is the animal label of Porsche cars in simple terms? Why did Pope John Paul come to Uganda in 1959? Why did Pope John come to Uganda in 1959? Why? Speak louder. To preach the word of God is wrong. The right answer, he came to canonize the death of Uganda martyrs.
Another question. Currently in Uganda, there is an issue of corruption. Ugandans have come up to fight corruption. Of recent, there was some protest and it was made a hashtag. Can you tell me the hashtag of that protest? No, the hashtag was March to Parliament.
I have come with the simplest questions, yeah? People in the audience are telling me that that you're asking them hard questions. Yeah? And you're going to help me with timing. The capital city of Kenya.
Nairobi.
How many questions are we asking?
The audience, you stop giving answers to these people. Otherwise, if you give an answer and they are the ones answering, we shall have to reduce the marks. Let them answer.
The floor was Ruth's.
Team Marawi, what goes up and down but remains in the same position? What goes up and down and remains in the position are stairs. Another question, what has many keys but those keys don't open any door? Travels around the world is a postage stamp. Team Marawi, last question from me. What gets wet the more it dries? What gets wet the more it dries? It is a towel. Okay? Last question from Daphne.
Okay. You've been following the sports, the racing sports. So who was the first Ugandan to win the gold Olympic medal?
So you can sit. That was the end of this round. We are going to do 5 mouths. The team that pronounces first gets the win. Okay? Okay. All the 2 teams are participating.
We beg you to cooperate so that maybe if we ask a question and you don't know, you ask amongst yourselves, then I think the person who will come up with the answer will sound it and use the mic.
Question 1. Who designed the Uganda's coat of arms? Who designed the Uganda's coat of arms?
Paulo Mukasa.
Paulo Mukasa is wrong. The right answer is Grace Ibinjira. Second question. Who raised the Uganda national flag after lowering the Union Jack in 1962? Pardon? Akoruma Mejau? Yes, he's right. Akoruma Kormut is right. Third question goes to team. What is the first animal in English dictionary? Adverb, right. Question 4. Question 4 goes to which color is known as ebony? Black goes to the team Marawi. The last question that determines this very final is this.
Hello? So, we are going to give you another question, and it's the last question where you will break. We all know the law in Uganda. Yes? Then, we have different courts in the hierarchy. So, what is the lowest court? What is the lowest court you can go to? Correct.
resume your seats. We get the debate and they will give you results later. You realize throughout the whole debate, we are following speakers who have been giving answers. Okay? So resume your seats and let this flow for debate. Thank you very much for participating.
Thank you so much. After the debate round, we shall call the judges for the quiz. We also ask them things, right? After the debate, we call the judges for quiz. We ask them, and we see if they will answer. That is, who will ask them? Huh? Are you ready? Be looking for those questions. The hard ones, eh? Okay, so right now we are going to, okay, and the next 2 minutes we are going to receive the first speaker. Thank you so much. Please, we expect maximum.
So thank you, panel. The table of judges, I honor you. Resolved. Even in situations where they can't be close to their family members. And of course, I think you also wonder, what are these social media platforms? Of course, we in the proposition world, we believe that social media platforms, this is WhatsApp, Twitter, TikTok, Instagram. And when we talk about social media connecting people, people wonder, how does social media connect people? Of course, WhatsApp. Mostly WhatsApp connects people. Even if I'm abroad and I'm feeling like my boss has abused me and I feel like I'm in pain, I'll just go on WhatsApp just with a few friends and I'll be back in the mood and I'll move on with my work. Media, most people who we look up to today with the young generation wouldn't be known. They would be known like in few places. I'd be like here on NAYAMITANGA Hill, I do something, maybe I sing. Only the people in NAYAMITANGA will know what I do. And who knows, do we really think that only the people of NAYAMITANGA are going to bring a positive, are the ones who are going to build our career? No, we're in careers. We also believe that social media can have a positive impact on mental health. It facilitates social connections and allows the young generation to find support and validation. Of course, it's not that you're always going to walk from where you are to meet that counselor who makes your day, because every person has a person who makes their day. It's not that I'm going to come in a hospital and you're going to force certain counselor this and this, to be the one to make me settle down. But social media shows us that you can search and know about that counselor you're going to talk about, because they have posted their life, they have posted their personalities. So I would like to conclude by thanking you, panel.
The judges of today, affirmatives, negatives, and the audience at large. My name is Ainom Chavela Maria, and I am from the opposition side. And the resolution I'm going to oppose states, this House believes that social media has a net positive impact to the young generation. Before I proceed, I need to explain the key terms. In the key terms, we have the word social. We have the word beliefs. To believe in something is to be at the positive side of it. And some schools, they are trying to introduce this current way of studying, which includes the use of laptops. School child will critically think the work he or she is given to do, or will just use the phone. Now, 1 + 1, that child will use the phone, because we'll be saying, this phone will help in everything, and I will not use all my time to calculate this work, especially mathematics. For my sake, you can't use it to on the phone. So social media is not that good. It affects our critical thinking. If a teacher of mathematics comes and gives you work about Pythagoras theorem, you have to sit down and do this work and critically think, is this answer fit for this? But not researching on the phone, because it will not help you in anything. You will just either copy from the phone or cram the work. So social media affects our critical thinking as the young generation. In addition to that, it also leads to family separation. The reason I say this is that your mother is on phone, your father is on phone, your father is on WhatsApp chatting with her other wives, your mother is not sure, is not aware. Now, if it just happens as a miracle, your mother gets your father's phone, also looks for what the man was doing for, and finds out that the man was chatting with other wives, will that woman be happy? Or is there any woman who can be happy seeing the husband chatting, things which are like not good to their family, like trying to break their relationship? Is there that woman who will be happy? So I say, it can lead to family separation. So the woman will not be happy, will also say, no, I will not manage this. Let me go my ways, you also go your ways. That's why I say social media has no positive impact to the young generation. In addition to that, it damages some body organs. You people, we have visited doctors as a group, and we have tried to ask them the negative impacts of a person looking at a phone for over 6 hours. And those doctors have told us, all talking on phone for more than 6 hours. Those doctors at the Mbara Referral Hospital, that's why we have visited, those doctors have told us that if you take long seeing on the phone, your eyes can get eye defects. You people, you want to tell me that people will do all your positive impacts you have on this motion, and they will be affected by eyes. That's why you find the next generation we have only blind and deaf people. So I would like to request the second speaker that when she comes on floor, she may give more clarity about nude pictures, early marriages, and reducing the sleeping cycle. Thank you, the jury.
So, I will begin my speech in the blink of an eye. In the world of opposition, they stand here and tell us that social media has done quite more harm than good. But in the world of proposition, we bring out the good rather than bringing out the harm. First off, they told us that it affects our critical thinking. Yeah, it does. But before all that, before making research, you must have at least tried the question. You mean you will not tell me that you immediately went to social media before trying the question? You should have at least tried the question before going to social media. So it does not affect our critical thinking. Instead, it will give more explanation about what we have failed to understand. I would also like to begin from where my current speaker stopped. Social media provides access to educational resources and opportunities for self-expression. Self-expression, I mean your general feeling about something. How you feel about how something should be done. I mean, if I want to express myself, I can go on WhatsApp or Twitter and express how I feel that this thing should be done. Not necessarily talking to everyone of how I feel this thing should be done. I can just express myself to social media. I would have at least spared the time I spent walking on the road going to talk to everyone about how I feel. Social media has also had a positive impact on mental health. We all face problems as the young generation. The young generation, they too face problems. They face problems like pressure at school. They face problems like peer pressure. They face a lot of problems too. We don't only consider the old generation to be facing problems, but the young generation themselves face problems. And these problems can affect their mental health. But if they go on apps like this WhatsApp, this Twitter, they can express themselves, and of course, through self-expression, they would have calmed themselves down, rather than keeping the problem to yourself until it constricts you. Social media has also helped the young generation to advertise business and other. We know that the young generation in the age bracket of 20, as my precurrent speaker has said, also do what we call self-help projects like tailoring, baking, these occupations. They also do them. But it's not that if you want to advertise, you have to walk to everyone saying this. With social media, it has now become easy to advertise businesses, hasn't it? It has become much quicker than it was in the early days where you would have to walk to everyone advertising a business. Social media has now made that work much easier. Social media connects the young generation. Yeah, we all have friends, but we can't see them physically. You can talk to your friend on WhatsApp rather than having to see them physically. With social media now, it's no longer in use that you must see your friend physically to talk. You can now talk on apps like WhatsApp and Twitter. Yes, that's how social media has helped the current generation of today. So people, the young generation, I urge you to come and propose this motion with me and my colleagues. So I will conclude by thanking the panel.
Thank you, the table of judges. My name is NAYAMITANGA and I am here to oppose the motion which states this House believes that social media has a net positive impact to the young generation. To me, it shouldn't, but before I proceed, I would like to clarify on the points that the first speaker has left for me. First of all, she has left for me early marriage. Early marriage may come and affect the young generation, like where we have they use mobile phones, and that may promote boy-girl relationship, especially among adolescents and the youth. Then that will lead to school dropouts and many others which may affect them. So, we also have nude pictures. Through watching nude pictures, the young generation may learn the behaviors that may lead them into a wrong way. So, as they see, some of them have to put in practice. So, as they put in practice, they may end up doing bad practices which may affect their life. Then we have reducing the sleeping cycle. Yeah, social media reduces the sleeping cycle whereby it causes addiction, and the young generation become addicted to it, whereby they want to spend all the hours on social media. You find the person spending 24/7 is on social media, does not want to move, reduces the sleeping cycle. Instead of a child waking up in the morning and going to school but spends all the night on social media, then when that child reaches in class, starts dozing and does not pay attention. I would also like to rebut on the point that the second speaker said, which is mental health. Yeah, you said that it affects them, it helps them in mental health. But remember, social media, for instance, we have mobile phones. They have toxins inside them which may affect our health. And part of our health, we have our mental. They may affect us mentally. Even as we watch things on television and whatnot, that may develop trauma among children. Then when they develop that trauma, it will affect them mentally, and they will have some mental things disturbing them. So that's why I rebut with that point. And I would also like to give my constructive argument, which is poor performance of children. Social media has led to the poor performance of children, whereby a child is in class but is already thinking of the phone that she has, the apps that are on the phone, thinking that this game will pass on me, this app will pass on me, this message will pass on before I see. So a child does not put much attention on what the child is teaching and only thinks about the phone that he has. And you have also rebutted on the point that one of my speakers has said, which affects the critical thinking. Indeed, it affects, but to you it is not. I don't know, but in our world, it affects In our world as the opposition side, it affects whereby a child, since she knows that when I get answers from social media, then I will get only correct answers, I will always pass the exercise. So the child cannot rely on herself. So social media does not promote self-reliance. The child cannot rely on herself. She can only, even if a child gives an exercise, the child will then go to the laptop, start checking. Instead of that child thinking critically, but only runs for social media, since she knows that it can give her direct answers without her thinking, and they may be correct. So it affects our critical thinking. I would also like to supplement on where my friend has talked about family separation. Family separation, how does it affect us as the young generation? Thank you, the jury of today.
The table of judges, I honor you, resolved. Today I'm standing in front of you to correctly state the wrongly stated views by their opponent side. Firstly, they said that social media, as we were given the age bracket, we were saying around 20 and 24 years of age. Here, we were saying these people in secondary, maybe in universities, these people study a lot of work, and getting all those answers from one head, it's sometimes hard. They need to use social media for easy answers. Secondly, said it might lead to family separations. But I would like to inform you that some people are abroad working for their families. They can even talk to their families through social media. It destroys body parts, e.g. eyes. But the people we're talking about, the age bracket is around 20 and 24 years of age. These people have studied, learned, and know the dangers of social media and the uses. So you can't tell me a person who knows that this is bad, he will continue or do it more when knows the disadvantages. These people know the use of social media and know how to use it. Fourthly, said it leads to early marriages. Early marriages, as we learn in class and in schools, they usually tell us that a person who is good for marriage already should be around 20, 24, 25 and above. Now how can you tell me that a person of 24 has committed early marriage through social media? It reduces the sleeping cycle. We as people who, some of us want to become scientists, our teachers in class usually tell us scientists never sleep until they find a solution of a problem. And you somewhere talked about television. We in our world, we believe a television is not an example of social media. It leads to mental problems. Some of us usually sit at home, do work, but sometimes like TikTok, there are people who are exercising. Now you can't tell me that you have went on social media, it has helped you do exercises, and then you say it helps to mental problem. It even helps the head rest, relax, and refresh. Thank you, the table of judges.
Thank you, the jury, the negative, the family. I have come here to oppose this motion which states that social media has a net positive impact on the young generation. And I start by disagreeing by defending our point of saying that it reduces sleeping cycle. Yes, it reduces sleeping cycle. Whom they have never seen, whom they don't know how they live. Instead of sleeping and wake up with a fresh mind of doing a science solution, for you are there busy chatting, watching pornography. Another thing, you have said that the social media, I would like also to defend our point of affecting critical thinking. You have said if you go on social media, you can get easy answers like that. But for myself, no. That's why African countries are poor today. People can never manage to think for themselves. Use these machines which have been introduced by whites to look for answers. But if you train your head, think critically, you will end up introducing some things in Africa. Another point, you have said that social media, it's for only to introduce social media. So for my say today, social media is for everybody. Another thing of affecting mental health, I say, but a person who does not go on social media can stand here transporting, but do you know where he is? In the grave, because of the words he used to speak on social media. Thank you, the table of judges.
Thank you, the table of judges. I am here once again to give a credit to my side.
So thank you, panel. Today we come here, we have a resolution. And of course, team proposition, we have come with a